Good morning, students. How are you all? You must be doing well at your homes. So, today we are going to start with the new chapter, that is chapter number 7, Introduction to Scratch. A Scratch is basically a programming language. So, this is a new software to you. It is a programming language which helps you to create interactive stories, or you can create any interactive animations and games, right? So it is a fun based programming language that provides you a graphical environment with the help of which you are able to create any type of logics or programming. Like in fourth class you did logo, right? That is one of the programming language you did in the fourth class. Today we are going to start with Scratch, that is a fun based programming language with the help of which you can create an interactive animations. So it is freely downloadable software on the internet. I will provide you the link for downloading the same in the content. So visit that link in order to download it, right? Now, how to start the Scratch software? So there are two methods basically. The first method, you can go to the start button, then all programs, then click on the Scratch option. Second way I'm using right now, that is by double clicking on the Scratch shortcut from the desktop only. So I'm double clicking on it, right? So this is a Scratch interface. You can see on the screen, this is a Scratch interface that helps you to create some interactive stories. So next, let's start with the components of the Scratch window. So the components of the Scratch window, first component is sprite. But you can see on the screen, this is a cat symbol is there. This cat is called a sprite in Scratch software. Now what are sprites? Sprites are basically the objects that helps you to perform some actions in the project. Like you will create one story, you will create some animation, or you can create a game in which objects will be there. You can create any object. By default, the object in Scratch is cat. So this is called a sprite. So sprite, again I'm talking about sprite. Sprite means the object which helps you to perform some action, right? You can perform any kind of action, so I will be discussing it later. So by default, the sprite used in Scratch is cat. The by default name is cat. You can see here it's given sprite 1, right? After this, I want to tell the second component is the blocks palette. Now what are the blocks palette? You can see on the screen, bache, I'm moving my mouse pointer. So you can see motion, looks, sound, pen, control, sensing, operators, variables. These complete are called block palettes. So again I'm telling you, block palettes are the palette or the thing in which various blocks are there, with the help of which you can able to give movements to your sprite, means object. We will be providing some movements, we will be providing some actions to the sprite. Now how we are going to provide these actions to the sprite? We will be giving instructions through these blocks. For example, motion block. So motion block, I can give instruction to my sprite that move 10 steps. So my sprite will move 10 steps further, right? So we will be doing it practical also. So this second component is the blocks palette. Clear? The third component is stage. Stage means this white area you can see my mouse pointer, which this is the white area, a space or a workspace where you can perform the actions given to the sprite. Whatever the action we will be providing to the sprite, all these things will be performed on this stage. So stage is the white area where sprite will move and interact with each other on the stage. Next is the current sprite info. Current sprite info means What is the current information of the sprite? For example, what is the position of this x and y? You can see I'm moving my mouse and my x and y positions are changing, right? Next, toolbar. This thing is called toolbar. This is the fourth component. But I request you all, when you will be listening this tutorial, please open your book side by side and go through from that also. So you will be able to understand more easily then. So this component is called the toolbar. On the toolbar there are four buttons. First button is duplicate. When you want to make a copy of a sprite, that means you want to duplicate the sprite. Second is delete. You want to delete the sprite, right? The third component is grow sprite. The option means when you want to increase the size of a sprite, we will be using the option grow sprite, right? Last option is shrink sprite. Shrink sprite means when we want to decrease the size of a sprite, we want to make our sprite smaller, then we will be using the option shrink sprite, right? So question here is a practice question for you people. Name the options that are available on this toolbar. So toolbar having basically four options: delete, duplicate, grow sprite, shrink sprite, right? So for example, this is my sprite. I will grow it. I will increase. How I will increase? Simply click on this, then click on a sprite. You can see now which my sprite size is increasing. The sprite is growing, right? Now if I want to reduce the size of a sprite, I want to make it smaller. What I will do? I will choose the option shrink sprite, then click number of times you want to reduce it. The size you wanted, you can reduce it as number of times, right? If you want to delete sprite, simply click on the delete button. This show, right? So my sprite will get deleted. Clear? So from here you can paint a new sprite as well. We can choose a new sprite. For example, I'm taking here from the people, then I'm taking this sprite. So see, my new sprite will be there. Now if I want to make a copy of this sprite, I want to duplicate it. So simply what I will do, I will click on the duplicate button. I will click on it. You can see the sprite is duplicated. Now two sprites are showing here, sprite 1 and sprite 2. Clear? So all these are the components. So here also you can see I'm moving my sprite. So this is the current information. You can check it from here also. In which direction my sprite is pointing? It is pointing to a 90 direction. That is 90 means right side. Okay. So these are the buttons or options available on the toolbar. Next is the green button and the red button. Green button means a flag, a green flag. When you want to execute your script, so whatever the actions I am giving to my sprite, it will appear here. So this is the script section. Script section means the coding section where you will be giving the instructions to a particular sprite. Those instructions will appear in this window. So whatever the script I am giving to my sprite, now I want to run that. So in order to run, I will click on start green flag script. When I want to stop my project, I want to stop the execution. So I will be clicking on red button. Red means stop. Whatever the actions are performing, whatever the instructions are performing, that will need to be stopped by clicking on this stop button. For example, let's do a simple example so that it can be more clear. So this is my sprite, right? I want to give some instructions so that this sprite can perform a particular instructions. So click on this sprite. So you can see from here now, by default, my sprite 1 is selected. I want to give instruction, move 10 steps. So So in order to start any script, in order to start any program in Scratch, the first block should be when flag clicked. Why so? Because when I will be clicking on this green flag button, only then my script will execute. So always, in order to start the execution of a program, the first block should be when flag clicked, and it is appearing under the control category. When you click on the control category, you can see number of blocks are there. So I am discussing the very simple, the very foremost, the first block, that is when flag click. Means when my flag will click, then what happens? So it will be executed now in sequence, step by step instruction solving will be there. So first instruction is when flag click. So when flag will be clicked from here, it will get the instruction secondly that move 10 steps. So it will move 10 steps further, right? So all these two instructions I have given to this sprite. So let it be, click on this. So green flag I'm going to click. So you can see the output now. See, it moved for the 10 steps. You can edit this also. You can see a white portion is there. This white portion is called text editable field. Means this text can be edited. So instead of moving the 10 steps, now I want my sprite to move 100 steps. So now see at the output bache, I am again going to click at the green flag. So clicking on the green flag, the next instruction is move 100 steps. So it will move towards 100 steps. So see my sprite simply jump to the 100 steps, right? Again, come on to the motion. Under the motion, I am giving the instruction turn my sprite 15 degree towards clockwise. This arrow means you can see this arrow clockwise, right? So it will move 100 steps, then it will turn about 15 degrees angle. Again, I want to move my sprite further. Let it be nearly 50 steps. So let's check the output now. So what is this instructions all about? Just simply understand, bache. First instruction I have given when flag click. That means when my flag will be clicked, move 100 steps. So it will move 100 steps towards right side. Okay. Next thing, when it will be finished with moving of the 100 steps, next thing I have given the instruction turn 15 degree clockwise. It will turn clockwise. Then next instruction again, move 50 steps. After turning towards the 15 degrees, it will move further 50 steps now. So now let's look at the output again. So clicking on the green flag again, click on it. So you can see, right? In order to see a slow result, you can enable here a wait state. So we have having one, let I'm taking one more block. So when it will finish with moving the 100 steps, I have taken a block say from the looks category, say hello, right? You can see after moving 100 steps, it will say hello, then it will turn 15 degree, then it will move 50 steps again, then it will change its costume. Now every sprite has a costume. Costume means the action of a sprite. So it will change to its next costume. So let's look at the output. Now I want to stop. So simply click on the stop button. Then click on the green flag. So you can say, right? You can see the output now. So this is all about the Scratch software, that how it will going to work, how it will perform the set of instructions when you are giving some instructions to a sprite. Clear? Next component are the view buttons that are present towards the right side of the toolbar. So three view buttons are there. Small stage, that we are already on the small stage mode. Next is switch to the full stage. So this will be the full stage mode, and the last one is the presentation mode. So this is the presentation mode. So I'm exiting it. Okay. The next thing is, when I want to create a new project, the steps for creating the new project in the Scratch are, go to the file menu. Under the file menu, choose the option new. So it will it will open the new document. So under this, let's start with some script. Under the script area, from the blocks palette, I am dragging the blocks to the script area in order to form one script for the cat sprite, right? So when green flag click, this is the first that will helps you to execute a program, helps you to execute a script. You can see bache, this block has a rounded, so that's why these blocks are called hat block. You remember, on the top of the hat this is a shape like this. So all the blocks under the control category, so when green flag clicked, when space key press, when sprite 1 click, these are the control blocks that helps you to perform or execute any script. So how you will going to start? When green flag click, this is also called hat type block, hat type block, right? Now under this, I am going to start discussing the motion block. So let's discuss the motion block now. Under the motion block in your book, the block discussed is move 10 steps. I already told you in the previous video, this white area is the editable text field that you can edit. So I'm defining it as the 100 steps. So that means I have edited it. Next, in order to see the output, you can apply the say block. After finishing moving of the 100 steps, it will say hello for how many seconds you want it to say. So you can customize the text here also. Let it be I want, it will say for 1 second, and it will say you hello, how are you? So it will display this message for 1 second. So let's see the output. Clicking on the green flag. So you can see it is moving 100 steps and it is saying hello, how are you for 1 second. Let it be now changed to 2 seconds. So see the output again. Please bache understand the script carefully. What I am doing here is my first instruction when flag clicks. So I am clicking the flag from here. After clicking the flag, the second instructions to be executed is move 100 steps. So it will move 100 steps. Then after finishing the 100 steps, at the 100 step, he will say, hello, how are you? For how many seconds it will say? It will say for 2 seconds, right? So see the output again. Clear? Okay. The next thing, again under the motion block, I'm using the block now turn 15 degree. After saying it for hello, how are you for 2 seconds, it will turn now. For how much degree it will turn, again you can customize here. So let it be the angle specified is 30 degrees. So that means it will turn 30 degree towards clockwise. That means toward right side. Again after this it will say something. It depends upon you how you are customizing your instructions. So again it will say hello. Then again it will move. Let it be now, this time it will move for 80 steps. And then now the new block I am introducing here is wait. After it will say hello, how are you? It will wait for 1 second there. Before turning, it will wait. So see the output. Hello, how are you? It will wait for 1 second. It will turn and then say hello again. Okay. So once you have made the script, you want to delete some block. So how to delete that? Simply right click on it, delete. Again I'm telling you how to delete a block. Right click on it and then the button is delete. Okay, so this is the question. that you have to do in the rough copies, how to delete a block. Simply right click on the block and click on the delete button. So again I'm customizing it. So what I'm doing now, firstly a green flag will click. After clicking the green flag, it will move for the 100 steps and it will say hello, how are you for 2 seconds. Once it is done with the say part, it will again wait for 1 second now. After waiting, it will move 10 steps further. Then again you can give a pause here using a wait. Then you can again move it further for 50 steps. This way you can make your script, right? So again look at the output. Green flag clicked. Hello, how are you? It will be waiting for 1 second. Again it will be moving 10 steps, then again wait, and then finally moving towards 50 steps further, right? So this was all about how to create a new project. So the command we have discussed for creating a new project, under the file menu, the option is new. Now next thing, I want to save this project. So for saving the project, the steps are, or the command is file menu, save as option, right? Here you have to provide a file name. Like you simply save a file in Word, in Excel or in PowerPoint. The same steps are in the Scratch. How to save it? Under the file menu, then save as option for the first time. Now provide a file name. For example, I'm giving my first project, right? So click on the OK button. So you can see on the title bar now, my first project. Now I want to create a new project again. Again, I will be clicking on file menu and then new. So it will open a new project here. Now, again, simple script I am going to tell you now. When green flag clicked, then move 100 steps. You can take a surprise from the surprise also. The next thing, so next is under the control, I'm taking a wait block. It will wait for 1 second. It will say something. Then again, it will move 50 steps now. Again, it will say hello. Then next. Again, it will wait. Then say hi for 2 seconds. So let's see the output again. Green flag, hello, then hi, right? Okay. So let it, I want to open my previous project. How to open that? See the steps again. File, open. So my first project. So see, my previous project has been opened now. So steps are very simple. When you're creating the new project, the steps are file menu, new option. Then for saving file, save as option. For opening file menu, open option, right? And now we are discussing with the motion block. Again, I'm creating one new project. So this is very interesting and fun based learning. So you will enjoy when you will be downloading and installing at home. I'm surely you will be enjoying these scripts. So create your own scripts simply, then move number of steps you want to move your sprite. Then you can glide it also. Just look at the output for this. Okay. The next thing I want to tell you, point in direction. So point in direction, just see the values. There are 4 values in which the sprite can point out. The first is 90, 90 means the sprite will point towards the right side. If I'm writing minus 90, so then it means my sprite will point towards left direction. And if I'm writing 0, it will be pointing towards upward, and for 180, it will be pointing towards downward. So let's make a simple script that will form a sphere. So move 50 steps, point in direction 90. Means initially the position for the cat is that will be 50 steps towards the right side, that is by default, and then it will point in direction toward 90 degree, means right side. Again it will move for the 50 steps here, then again point in direction. Now see what I want, point in direction towards 90, then it will point bottom toward downwards. So what I will be providing a position here, that is 180, right? Now moving downwards, again move 50 steps. Now it will move towards downwards once, like this I think I have formed. So again I have to come on this level now, so I will be moving, pointing towards minus 90 towards the left side. Okay, so again move 50 steps, then again I'm now here at this position, so I want to go upward. So for going upward, point in direction towards 0. So again it will move 50 steps. Okay, so let's see the output. So you can see the output by giving the wait state also, so it will be more clear to you. It will point direction, again it will be waiting for 1 second here as well here. So it is waiting, then moving, waiting and then moving. Clear? Again see the output. So my whole script is in action now. Okay. The next thing, glide. So see the output now. Glide means simple moving towards the position that will be in the x and y position. So here you can see x0, y0. So that means initially the sprite is available on the x0 and y0. So you can give it a position here also. So my sprite is moving. For 1 second only it is gliding towards x200 and y200. And one more thing under the motion block, if on edge, bounce. This means if your sprite is on the edge means the boundary. If on edge, it will bounce back, right? If it will be reaching on the edge, it will be reaching on the boundary point, then we need to bounce it back. We need to commit back. So see the output. So it is gliding. So let it be, I'm changing the value here in order to make it more simpler for you. So I'm placing my sprite here. When green flag clicked, it will move for 1000 steps now. And if on edge, it will bounce back. So see, now after bouncing back, again, I want to move further 1000 steps again. So it will be bouncing. Okay. So that's all for the today lecture. So I hope all of you will download this software and try to make interactive scripts, try to use your